Hey, this is Nimbus Intuition coming to you once again. We're getting this NoFap November month on the way. So I hope everybody out there is doing well, being strong, still early. Well, let's go, right? All right, so if yesterday was challenging for you and you got through it, just repeat it. Hope you're journaling your challenges, hoping you're journaling down your time with this and how you're getting along with it and what's going on as you figure out how to get through this month, okay? Before we get started and going further, let's go ahead and think about pleasant things. Let's think about what makes you smile. There's something that makes you instantly smile. What is that? Think about that. Think about that. What is it that makes you laugh? Like as soon as you think about it, like, oh man, it was such a funny moment. It was such a funny joke. It was such a funny time. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. And what is it that makes you feel really good? What was that? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that, you know. Sometimes I gotta pause when I get to that part because it's like, oh, okay, yes. All right, think about those things, think about those things, and think about those things. Okay. All right, and so I think today I want to talk about how no is one of the best words that you can have in your lifetime, and how to use your no this month. Because some of us, we have a challenge with saying no. All right. And so this is a sex fast, but this pertains to all areas of our lives. Because if we are not able to say no to other things in our life, we're unable to say no to ourselves, we definitely will have a problem saying no at those moments where we want to say no, but our body is saying yes, okay? And so, saying no. How comfortable are you with saying no? Now, you know that you have a problem saying no if whenever you do have to say no, you're trying to, stumble with excuses. You got a lot of ums and you got a lot of uhs, and maybe you avoid and you try to not have to deal with that situation, and you try to avoid saying no by avoiding the situation. Maybe it's something that you feel guilty when you think about saying no to whatever it is. And you maybe change the subject or start talking about something else, or start, just reverting to something totally different than what's in front of you that you have to say no to, that you want to say no to. Maybe something you need to say no to. You may have a problem with saying no. Now, sometimes, that's something that we learn as a child growing up. Someone in your life made you feel guilty if you said no to them, if you turned them down. Maybe you've gotten a fear of rejection or something like that has gone on in your life where you want to not, speak your no. You don't want to express your no. Sometimes this comes into the form of people who are people pleasers. You want everybody to like you, and so you don't say no. You say, yes to everything, and there's never a no because you want everybody to like you. And so there's a lot of reasons that people will have this guilt, this reluctance to say no in their lives. But it's important. Now just imagine no being a door, okay? And so you're in a house with 20 rooms. Just say 20 rooms, and the door a closed door is a no, right? And so if you have, and I'm trying to, work this out as I'm saying it. If every room has something different in it, and you're unable to close the door, then what would your life be like in that house? Say 10 of those rooms have positive things and 10 of those rooms have negative things. But if you are, weak in your no, if you're reluctant in your no, you're unable to say no, which is unable to close doors in that house, then what would life be like for you? You're not able to get away from the negativity. You're allowing the things that you don't want to go on in your life because you don't want to close a door. And so I think that's a good way to think about it. 20 rooms in a house, 10 of them with good things, 10 of them with things that are not good for you. And you have to learn how to say no, which is closing a door. So your no would be closing a door so that those things that are not good for you cannot get to you, cannot reach you, cannot affect you. And so that's, what I'm talking about. And that's how our lives are. When we're unable to say no, we don't limit the things that can cause us negativity. Now, it's not realistic to never have any negativity, to never have any problems. That's not realistic. However, to minimize the negativity, to minimize those bad things in your life, to minimize the things that you don't want in your life, no is the pathway to that. And so we must say no. Now, for the people who want everybody to like them, that's really something that is a thing that you might want to have therapy for, because everybody's not going to like you. You just have to get used to that. So for, especially now with social media and everything, we have been conditioned with this kind of lifestyle that we have to, want people to like us. We want the likes, we want the views and all of that. But it's okay if you don't get that. It's okay if you don't have that. It's okay for, people to even go away from whatever you have going on.
Can I bother you 1 minute, Miss Backyard? I'm sorry. Just one question. Do you use a cane or walker to walk?
Okay, I'm recording.
So, just 1 second.
I don't.
You don't? Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, so I was trying to, make this quick without interruption tonight, but, However, I'm going to keep it going because, that's how I'm going to do it. And so, so no is important. And yes, it's the same kind of thing when you want everybody to like you, it's just something that's going to happen. Everybody's not going to like you. And I think when it comes to those kind of people who want everybody to like them, you have people who are fake around you. You'll have people who don't really like you, but they're around you because you haven't, you haven't given them limits of any kind. And so they'll be around you and not even really like you. And so that's something that you will have to deal with. But it's, again, saying no. And what you'll find is the people who really want to be around you, the people who really are connected to you, the people who really love you, the people who really like you are the people who are going to stay. And so not worrying about people who leave your life, people who, want to dislike you or whatever else that might happen because you told them no, so what? Because the people who are going to be around you are the people that you really going to want around you. If you tell somebody no, who loves you, who cares about you, they may not like it. but they won't go away. They'll stick around. It's like that family unit. All right, you got your brothers and sisters and your mom and your dad, and you exchange no's all the time. And do they go away from you? Do your parents reject you if you tell them no? Your brothers and sisters maybe? No, that doesn't happen because they love you. Yeah, they might be upset with you. They might be angry for a time even. But they will, eventually get over that because they love you, they care about you, and they're going to continue in your life. And so no is important, again, to use. And it's for yourself. It's not for other people, it's for yourself. You have to love yourself enough to know when something is good for you and something is not. And if something's not good for you, no is the pathway to getting things the way you want it to be. And so get comfortable with no. And that's something that I will say time and time again, no is important. I always like to go into, spiritual things. And the no that we do for ourselves in reverence, in honor of whatever faith we're in is fasting. Like we're on this fast this month for different reasons. But when it comes to spirituality, every single spiritual organization, every spiritual entity goes into this no that we must do to show honor. And that no is through fasting. And so when you're fasting, you're saying no. And so it's important. And because most of us practice spirituality, we can relate that with the fast that we do with whatever our faith is. We say no for a time so that we can show honor, we can show gratitude. And that's what we do. And so no is important. And don't ever think that it's not okay to use your no. All right? I wanted to make this short and sweet today. And so that's what I'll do. Again, I have put together a course that can help you through this month. And so that'll be in the link in the description. And you can also grab Celibate 69. That's going to, remind you of the things that are good as you say no this month. All right? All right. So any comments or questions, feel free to leave them. And I'll see you all tomorrow as we go ahead and we get through this month in one piece. And we're going to get to the end of it. And we're going to be like, yes. And that's the best yes we're going to have after all the no's that are going to go on this month. All right? And so get comfortable with no. And if you need to use this month to start practicing that no, go ahead and do so. There may be no's that you've been sitting on. There may be no's that you haven't said and you have been avoiding. And this is the month that you're allowed to go ahead and do that and express those no's. All right? Okay. All right, y'all. So see y'all tomorrow. And once again, I'm going to leave you all with love and gratitude.